Make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is
feel?
that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches?
You want?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
bring
Is that a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave me alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Alright, so, and you have to look at your results. I mean, so in 2020, a guy said that's not, Mr. Perry comes up here and tells everybody Cynthia's his girlfriend. That's not his girlfriend. She won't have a thing to do with him. She's trying to get a protective order all the time. He buys his way out. Won't let her in court. And gosh, what's the harm letting her in court to show evidence she doesn't have? And if she's just a stupid stripper or she's crazy, why not let her in court? But they never do. Judge Cummings, you know, as we've talked about, denied everything I did, and I was never in his courtroom. Not one time. They went duck hunting with him, though. Ex parte. So the Supreme Court has said when we make decisions, we don't make them on a whim. We give the legal reasons we're coming to the conclusions we're coming to, and we cite precedents, which he did none of that. If you look at all his orders, it's a denial and a signature and nothing else. Didn't think a fucking thing through. Well, if you're out duck hunting, you know, you don't have access to your computer and briefs, and both parties aren't present, so both parties aren't participating. And it was my lawsuit. I had the burden of proof on me. I sued 3 times. He did that 3 times. So the guy goes, that's not his girlfriend. I got my girlfriend sitting right here next to me, holding my hand. I don't call her friends and family at all. I respect those boundaries. And so, you know, if I called them, it would be to find out what gift to give her for her birthday or Christmas or something. And It certainly wouldn't be go see her family to ask them to get information on our car so I can take it away from her. So what's this really about? The girl at Godiva's. What'd Joe get me into? That bitch has been in here telling us we can't talk about Fabian. They shit themselves every time his name comes up. That we're not allowed to allow you to talk about him. He's put you in jail. He's told us we are to make you like him, which isn't our job. That's his job. He needs to be likable. I can tell already he's not. And if we can't make you like him, then we are to find a way to arrest you. He's going to make you sit in jail until you do. He's going to starve you until you lie. That's not how you get women to like you. You don't have a woman trying to, be with you. You don't have a woman texting you going, I'd like to see you. You don't have anybody holding your hand. Nobody wants you. You're not wanted, Mr. Perry. You're a reject, failed every fucking day for a decade. So she says Fabian is fighting for you, and that scares the shit out of them. So I guess they're not used to that. That's the guy you keep. That's the one you want right there. I didn't even graduate high school, and I know because my family's on drugs. I had to quit high school to take care of my family. But even I know that's not what a guy does if he wants a date. I've been on a date. They Snapchat me. Do you want to hang out? Sure. And then we go hang out. You don't put people in jail. You don't ruin their lives. You don't take everything they have, ruin, and everybody they love, and ruin everything important to them and cross boundaries and get into voyeurism and use their body against their will to pretend you have a love life. You don't have a love life. You're sitting there watching TV and you're pathetic. Peeping is a felony crime and it is a turnoff to women. So if you wanted women, you would do what women like. Not sit around turning us, being a fat, lazy turnoff. And that's all you gotta look at your results and your outcomes. And you gotta say, am I getting the results I want doing this action? I've used the example of a toothbrush and a toothpaste. If you want clean teeth, you absolutely must buy a toothbrush and toothpaste, or you're not gonna have clean teeth. You can go around telling everybody who will listen, I want clean teeth. Okay, well, we don't believe you. When you buy that toothbrush and that toothpaste and you start brushing your teeth, then we'll believe you. Until then, you're full of shit. We're seeing you shove candy in your mouth. So don't tell us you want clean teeth. We're not stupid. Are you? You might be stupid. We're not. You don't want women, or you would do what women like. Peeping is a felony, and it's a turnoff. And it's a felony because people don't like it when you do that. It's deviant. In the book Sexual Homicide, that's one of the things. It says a lot of these guys that do the things that BTK did, they engorge themselves in all kinds of weirdo sex crap. They do bestiality. They'll have sex with a dog. They'll let their dog, I can't say it. I was trying to, but I can't. And I'm sorry for the vulgarity, but this is sex crime, so I'm going to have to talk about it. Sex crimes is vulgar, and it's obscene, and it's disgusting. Voyeurism, incest, rape, bestiality, what else was there? There's like 7 things that they list that sex weirdos do, who a lot of times, necrophilia, a lot of times will, they have, a BTK would, what would he do? Okay, and that's the best example I can think of for sex homicide. And that's the book I'm reading, Sexual Homicide, and it is written by one of the guys who helped found the FBI profiling department, and I believe he's deceased now, Robert Ressler. So he says they're looking into, as all criminology, behavioral science of any kind of law enforcement, they want to know, why in the fuck are you doing that? Your conduct is not normal. It is offensive to everybody else. So why in the fuck are you doing that? So they do a lot of research. Criminologists do. Lonnie Evans is a criminologist from Seton Hall. We've studied him in my criminal justice classes. And they're trying to figure out, basically, is a bunch of people come together to try to figure out, why in the fuck would anyone do that? So BTK gets people and puts a bag over their head and smothers them and then brings them back to life. They're basically dying. They're smothering to death. And then he does it again and again and again, and then finally kills them. And then he said he would go in the other room and jack off. Okay, so you and I can't even begin to imagine. We're horrified by this. He stands up in court during his allocution and said it like it was, oh yeah, I got up, I went to breakfast, I went to work, I picked up my clothes from the cleaner, I picked up some groceries, went home and cooked. Like it's nothing. Well, everybody else is horrified by it. So they do studies, they have people, professionals, criminologists that study, why in the fuck would anybody fucking do that? And so why in the fuck is Mr. Perry a peeping Tom? And then, why is he sex trafficking? Why is he exploiting women and children? Why is he depriving us of food and shelter? He's a sadist. Sadists enjoy hurting other people. And our witness said he likes to get women upset. He hates women. His mommy humiliated him or some bullshit. And that nobody else gives a fuck about. 1%, less than 1%. I'm sorry, that's not right. Less than 0.1% of the population becomes a violent offender. 99.9% of the population, abused or not, can get over it, find a way to make something good come from it, and move the fuck on. And not bother anybody else with it. Get a counseling, get a doctor, deal with it within your own family, and don't fucking bother the rest of us with it. And so in that way, you're also a failure, Mr. Perry. You can't be normal. You can't keep up with 99.9% of the population. That many people cannot fucking understand why the hell you're doing what you're doing and are deeply disgusted, uncomfortable, offended, and disturbed by it. And so, we are getting the results we want. The idea is to put you in jail so you are removed from the society you oppose danger to. That is why we get this. People are disturbed and uncomfortable with what you're putting me and Michael Neely through and all these other women. Disturbed and horrified by it. And that's why we can get it easier. You can't seem to understand the why, and you can't seem to understand what it means that we have so much evidence that nobody else has gotten. Your code words. One of your own people said, I don't think Charles understands the significance of her having the code words. They use code words like Hansel and Gretel, Muffin Man, Rumpelstiltskin, Ratatouille, Pin the Tail on the Donkey, Yellow Brick Road, Daycare Shit, Weeble Wobbles, Papa John's. Papa John's to them is not pizza. So we have all that information. Those are code words they use when they're going to commit a crime. Those are the titles of the crime. Okay? So we know that. But Mr. Perry acts like he has no fucking idea what it means that we have it. Yeah, our shrink a long time ago. Well, actually when I first got home, we got a recording of somebody that said, Charles Perry, something's wrong with him. He's coming in my office, and he's asking me if he can do things to hurt Cynthia, and I'm like, why do you want to hurt her? What is wrong with you that you want to hurt her? And we'll sit down and explain to him why he can't do that. And he'll act like he understands, and he'll leave, and he'll be back the very next day and ask me the exact same question. I gotta drop everything I'm doing, and I'm busy. I don't have time for that. And explain the whole thing to him again. It's like he's got Alzheimer's or senile dementia or something. Why am I having to... First of all, why do I have to have that conversation at all? Why do you want to go around hurting people? What's wrong with you that you're doing that? It's not getting you a date. What is your goal, Mr. Perry? What is your stated goal? A date? Because now the girl at Lady Godiva's is telling me, this is not about a date. These other guys that say, I have got a girlfriend. He doesn't have that. I have something he doesn't have. And I won't cross those boundaries. I won't cross those boundaries and be mean to her. He's alone, and I'm not. So this isn't about a date. If he liked women, he would do what women like. That's not what I'm seeing here. I see a guy that says he wants clean teeth, not buying a toothbrush, is what I'm seeing. You know, acting like we're all stupid, and we're not. So, and the girl at Lady Godiva's, what's this really about? Because it's not about a date. You don't do this shit to somebody. I mean, what happened to dinner and a movie? He's not doing that. He's trying to put you in jail. He's asking us to help. I don't want to help. What did Joe get me into? What is really going on here? So I said, well, I'll have someone get in touch, which he did. And you don't even know who all he talked to. But he did. He talked to her. So here's the thing. People are so disturbed. You know, we can get information like your code words, and you can. And you act like you don't know what that means that we have that. Or what we're going to do with it. No one's gotten closer to the goal of putting you in jail than we have. No one. We've stated our outcome. We want to tell your victims you're safe now. He will never hurt you again. When you hurt people, people aren't going to like you. They're going to turn against you. And they have, and they do, and they will. So we can get information and you can't. You have not one name of any of our guys. Not one. We've got Geppetto, you're a witch, Sanjay, you're a hacker, Lucius, Ruben, James, Beverly, now Kate. Kate's the new one. Blankenship, Desiree, Calvin, who's bald and fat. I mean, we got a lot. You don't have even one of ours. This is 10 years into this. I left Lubbock in November 2013 to get away from a monster who was trying to ruin my life. I went to Dallas. I meet Fabian. Fabian was my manager at Jaguars. My friend asked me in a private Facebook message, "Are you dating anybody? How's things going?" And I'm like, "No, but I like this guy that I work with. His name is Fabian, blah, blah, blah." I go to work the next night. He was pissed. It's like, "Yeah, Charles came up here and made trouble." Charles is a troublemaker. That's what he does. No business at all butting in here. It's none of his business. He's crossed a boundary. So I go talk to Fabian. I have a stalker who calls people I work for, and then I proceeded to explain the whole thing to him, and he looked relieved for a moment, like, "Oh good, this guy's a whack job and he lied to me." But then he looked angry again, like, "This guy's a whack job and he lied to me." He said, "I think you deserve better than to have to live your life being harassed by this guy." Right? I agree. I couldn't agree more. And the rest of that conversation is between me and Fabian. Okay? It's none of your business. You're not gonna butt in. There's a lot of things in my life Mr. Perry's not allowed to butt in, thanks to cops from somewhere else. There's a lot of things that they have worked very hard for, and the shrink said, "I want her to have." Mr. Perry has butt in and destroyed every part of her life. Let's keep this, and this between us and only us, so that he cannot do that. And in times when he's really just going at her and butting in and going at her and messing up things and messing up this and messing up that, then here's the plan of action that we're going to take to make sure she has some space where he's just not in it. We're the one part of her life he can't fuck with, and we're fucking up his crime more than anybody he knows in his entire life. So because he kept doing that with in Dallas, I left again. Something happened with my... Yeah, I'm not going to get into that right now, but something happened, an event occurred, and we left Texas and came to Oklahoma to get away from the monster, the dragon, and to avoid a conflict. My part was done. I was to get him elected so that police undercovers had easier access to him. And they've talked to all of you. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. As good as I am at a sting off, they're even better. You will talk to them and you will have no fucking idea. Not a clue. But what does it mean that we have all this evidence of the crime and all this information from right inside their criminal organization? It's not up to them. We get it. That it's not up to them. Nobody calls them and asks them if it's okay. What does it mean that we have that? See, there's a disconnect from Mr. Perry. One, you're provoking every time you hurt me. Why can we get information and you can't? And what are we going to do with it? Why are we getting that? What are we up to? What's the plan? Our stated goal is you're in jail and you don't hurt anybody ever again. And the more we get, the easier it'll be to get convictions and restitution. And we've said that over and over and over and over. You know what? In my entire life, I'm 53. I've worked with a lot of elected officials. I was born in the home of an elected official. I've worked with surgeons. I've worked in a strip club with people, a lot of them didn't graduate high school. Never in my life, ever have I had to repeat myself this much, or say things everyone else just knows, or explain what a metaphor, analogy, snark, and sarcasm is. You're the only fucktards on the planet I've had to do that for, and I'm out of patience with it. Most people just know this stuff. They don't have to be told at all, much less over and over and over, and you still fucking don't get it. It goes right the fuck over your head. And I'll tell you what, that is getting on everybody's last nerve, because you're taking up people's time they don't have. We all have a life. We are not sitting around on our fat, lazy asses watching other people in the privacy of their homes making weird noises all day, playing with little girl toys. We all are busy. We work. We don't have time for you, Mr. Perry, and your bullshit. And I don't understand. It didn't work out. Okay, let's do it again. What didn't work? Let's do it again. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. So what is your stated goal? Because you don't do the same thing for 10 years if you're not getting what you want. No one does that. Not even this. Not even somebody who's mentally impaired. So he's getting something out of it. We think he just likes pissing people off. He gets a sick, fucked up thrill just going around pissing everybody off. Because every time he hurts me, we get more. Every time he contacts me, I fucking hate it. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear it. Shut the hell up and get away from me. Whack job, weirdo, get away from me. And just like she's telling him, get away from me. I've been saying the same thing for 13 years. Get out, get away from me. Weirdo, get the hell away from me. So, why, you got rejected, you don't have a date, nobody's trying to hold your hand, nobody's trying to see you, you're getting kicked off me. For 9 years, you've been getting kicked off me. First I leave. First I'll walk away. And if you're going to come after me and keep fighting me, I'm going to kick your ass hard. You'll never forget it. It'll be harder than anybody you know. I have information nobody else has gotten in your life. Crime you hid all your life. I got it. I did that. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. Don't forget who did it. I did it. I have help. But some of it I did by myself. That's why they brought me in. They brought me in this for 2 reasons. One is, well, here's what he said. I picked you because I know you can do it, and I know you will do it. Because there's things that I've had to go through, to be subjected to do what I'm doing, that a lot of people would not do. Like sleeping in your car and shit. Going without food or bath. A lot of people won't do that to get the end result of he's in jail and can't hurt anybody anymore. And we will tell the victims, you're safe now. We slayed your dragon and he's gone. So he said, I picked you. This is elite. These are elite. I picked you for a couple of things. You can do the job. You can out-sting up a cop and a DA, and they won't know what you're doing. And you can't, and you will go through things most people won't go through to get it done. So that's why we picked you. So there's that. That's our stated goal, to tell your victims we slayed your dragon, you're safe now. He will never hurt you again. That pathetic little bitch will never, ever make you feel raped again, make you go without food again, make you hurt anymore. We're gonna make the hurt go away. Because God gives us talents and assignments, and that's what we're gonna do with it. We're gonna use our talents to fulfill the assignment. I mean, we all have talents. I was listening to Oprah. I think we put that out. Oprah's not super Christian. Oprah's spiritual. She's not even a Christian, I don't think. She's raised Baptist, but I believe that and you're supposed to be a Baptist deacon. Yeah, you're full of shit. You are as full of shit as it comes. I've never, you make my neighbor in Vegas look like Romper Room on the bullshit. I mean, I lived in Vegas. It is con artist town. Everybody's bullshitting. You gotta really, which probably prepared me a little bit for this, because you gotta really be able to think on your feet, or you get so scammed. I had an employee that stole a bunch of money from me, but the thing about her, I knew she was stealing the money from me. I told her, you're stealing money from me. The problem that I had was trying to figure out what the hell to do about it, being that first of all, she is pregnant and she's doing all that. So I'm trying not to be a complete asshole. Second of all, I believed that if I talked to her, and I'm going to confront you. I know you're stealing from me. I know how you're stealing from me. Cut it the fuck out. That you give people second chances. And the other thing is, she had a very unique skill that I really, really needed, that you can't just fire her and go find a new one. So that was the other tough thing, is that I had to replace her, and that was tough to do. So I'm trying to watch her to make sure she's not to continue stealing. But it's not that I didn't catch it. I caught it. Problem is, how do I handle it now? So I did confront her. I said, I know you're stealing from me, and you're going to stop. So I'll give you another chance, but you fucking got to stop. You're about to have a kid. So I hate to be an asshole and fire you right before you have a kid. So don't make me. But I can't have this. You can't steal from me. She stole a lot of money. So anyways, but it's not that I didn't know. But if we gathered up all the bullshitters in Vegas and put them together, and I think you still out. You are full of shit. But the problem is, you think people are stupid and they don't know you're bullshitting, and you're wrong. I guess you've got some guys that work for you that you pay to lie to you, to tell you what you want to hear. That's your little club, your little, they sit there and they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. You're paying them to. But the rest of us don't see it that way at all. We know you're full of crap. Okay? We know you're not telling the truth. Everybody knows. I don't know why you think they wouldn't. Except that you got too many people you're paying to tell you what you want to hear, not the truth. The truth is, everybody knows you're full of shit. Nobody believes a word you say anymore. Everyone knows this is not about a date. Because if you like women, you do what women like. I don't like being peeper raped. You're a disgust and a turnoff. I sure shit don't like lazy. And I don't like some welfare bitch. Canned food. Here, I'll throw you some canned food. Want to go on a date with me? I'm going to ruin your life. Want to go on a date with me? I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. And you got to wine and dine me first, and then I'll decide if I like you. Everybody that I've ever gone out with and actually had, real sex with me and shit, normal date, they wined and dined me first. I didn't just, you wine and dine me, then I'll see if I like you. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You want to ride this ride? That's what you do. You got to be this tall, and you're fucking, so far off the charts below that, it's not even funny. All right, so this has been put out, right? Okay, we're all on the earth to fulfill an assignment. And in order to fulfill that assignment, God gave us talent. I would like you to go down to the earth and be a surgeon. So I'm going to make you really good at surgery. Have you seen the book Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy is a TV show, but there's an actual book called Grey's Anatomy that doctors use to study the anatomy of the human body. It is like fucking 6 inches thick. Very small print. They have to be able to memorize so many different body parts. I don't know how. You got to have some sort of gift from God to be able to do that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even begin to do that. I could barely remember, femur bone. I'm doing good to remember that. So, so if you're on the earth and you're not fulfilling the destiny and the assignment that God made you to do, then what do? Then what? You failed God, you failed yourself, you failed your family, you have no legacy to pass down to your relatives, to generations past you. Everybody knows I'm very proud of my granddad. He left a legacy we're all proud of. So your grandkids are not going to have that. They're not going to have it. You're robbing them of that. If you don't do the thing that God's, Mordecai the Jew in the book of Esther says, who knows, God didn't bring you here for just such a time as this. He's going to get the thing done anyway, with or without you, and you might end up dead. He'll get it done with or without you. He doesn't need you. He'll bring someone in here who'll do it. If you're not going to do it, he'll do it. Somebody else. Somebody else gets the blessing. And you might die anyway. And I think that's true with everything. You're here. You were given an assignment from God. You were given the talent to do it. And you were told, I expect you to do the job. And if you won't do it, somebody else will. And then you miss the blessing. Mr. Perry, I need you to understand something. No one wants you here. I don't want you here. I came here to get away from you. When you type in my phone, I'm here, it pisses me the fuck off. That is not what I said I want. That's not at all what I said. You fucking act like you can't understand a fucking thing anybody says. It is very irritating to have to deal with that. Your mental problems are not for me to have to deal with. Shut up. I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you, and everybody's sick and tired of hearing about what you think. You don't even make sense. Nobody invited you here. No one invited you here. You have come up to Oklahoma, terrorized citizens in a state you don't live, blown lives up, ruined people, caused catastrophic, terrible, awful loss we will never get over. Fuck off and shut up. You shut up. You whack job. Get the hell away from me. Get away from me. Listen to this. Stupid. Get away from me.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
I don't like you. Fuck off. I don't like you. I don't. What does it mean that we can get what you guys just said and people's names in your criminal organization? What does that mean? Why are we getting it? And no one will talk to you. You're very, very offensive. You're disturbing everybody. You are hated, Charles. Fucking hated. You need to shut up. You need to shut up. I can get information and you can't. You're deviant. You're sicko. You're twisted. Your cruelty is causing people heartburn. So you're getting told on. We don't call around asking who's our leaks. We don't make those kind of phone calls. We don't have them. 10 years with no leaks, not one. Nobody will talk. And you just never shut up. No one asked you what you think, did they? No one asked you. No one cares. We would like for you to shut up. Just shut up. You don't even make sense. Look at this. Look at this.
That's okay. I don't.
This person is irritated because this guy will not shut up. And then he's making comments about stuff nobody asked him. And nobody asked you. Shut up.
Leave me alone. I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Stepdad's been raping me since
Leave me
you were 12
alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God.
You guys are fucking weirdos. And you need to control yourselves. Stalking is a felony. Rape is a felony. Coercion is a felony. Mr. Perry, you don't have a love life. You're by yourself. Nobody's trying to see you. Nobody wants to hold your hand. You're all by yourself. And nobody believes it's about that even for you. If you like women, you do what women like. You don't be a turnoff, fat and lazy, and bothering and bothering and bothering and pissing everybody off and provoking. And that's all you've done all day long with your last 10 years of your life. It is pathetic. It's embarrassing. You embarrass the hell out of me. You need to shut up. This guy wasn't asked about her clothes. And nobody asked you what you think. I said, get the fuck away from me. Stop hacking me. Hacking's a felony too. Get away from me. You sick son of a bitch. Leave me alone. Look at our results are that we're getting what we want. Are you? Do you just like pissing everybody off? Bothering? You need to shut up. Just leave me alone. You need to understand, Mr. Perry, you do not make sense. You got Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia, hallucinations, delusion, and inability to reason. You can't reason. You're crazy. You're crazy. So, you guys that work for him, fucking explain it. I'm sick of this. Everybody else, everybody's fucking sick of it. Why is it we can get information from right inside your criminal organization? It's never up to you, and we don't have any problems getting it. Why is that? Nobody will tell you shit. Our guys will not call y'all back. Until I have money and I'm not deprived of food and shelter anymore, and you guys aren't trying to starve me into a lie, And you're out of my life. Get out of it. All of you, get the fuck all the way out of it. Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's gonna call you back. And it's about to be too fucking late. Okay? No one cares what you want. You're an imposition and a burden. Everybody wants gone. You sit there and you have your little meeting, and y'all all decide, and, you know, oh, it's, you know, wrong. Everybody gets it. You're stupid. Criminals are stupid, or they wouldn't be criminals. Right? A Tulsa police officer told me that once. When I was like, you guys on the first 48 apparently have a high close rate. Yeah, it's not that hard. Guy A threatens Guy B. Guy B ends up dead. Guy A did it. Most likely. Criminals are stupid, or they wouldn't be criminals. Right? Is he right? I think he's right. There's tests. There's a theory called biological criminology theory as to why somebody would do that. Why would you fucking act like that? No one else does. And you shouldn't have to be told how offensive it is. And yet you do. Over and over and over and over and over. Fucking Alzheimer's unit here. So, what that theory says is that criminals have a low IQ and zero self-control. And that one for you is correct, Mr. Perry. You embarrassed the fuck out of me. I mean, I don't even, yeah, but the thing is your mental problem is for your family to deal with. Your wife, Jacqueline, your kids, Jordan and Matthew, and your pastor and your doctor, and get the fuck off me with it. I don't want to deal with it. Get the fuck off me with it. Stupid, I mean, golly.
It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's
All right, you're the causation of a whole lot of problems, aren't you? Yeah, that's the traffic court's gonna have to determine that. Somebody said, I'm afraid that, Perry demanded she get pulled over. Constantly demanded we pull her over. Some police departments just flat wouldn't do it. And he finally got his way, and she got a ticket. Now she's gonna go to traffic court, and that's gonna end up being a mini criminal trial for Mr. Perry. I can tell you that right now, because he caused it. He's the causation. And everybody knows it. Everybody fucking knows. The guy never shuts up about it. You know, how many tax dollars are going to be used for that? How many tax dollars are going to be used for you're harassing me through cop? Yeah, people are starting to dig on that too. How often is he going to Oklahoma to stalk a woman who doesn't like him and try to traffic crime? Try to traffic her, hack her, voyeur rape her, all this stuff. And how much money are the taxpayers paying for it in Texas? He was actually asking about Texas. I don't know who it was, but he was pissed off about the Texas tax dollars being used for your criminal activity, sir. Abuse of power. It's, I think, Title 22 in Texas. It's against the law, Mr. Perry. You don't go 5 minutes without committing a crime, do you? I don't even have words for that. All right, so because you go at me, everything's changed. And none of y'all know why that is. Not one of you knows why that is. Because I knew I was trafficked before you did it. You want my driver's license and my computer. Take her car, put her in a shelter where the homeless people can steal her computer and her driver's license. Then she can't do schoolwork and get school money. Then she can't find a job. And so she'll finally agree to be trafficked, raped every day, but she'll have a really nice house. But actually, everyone knows you're going to kill me. You got some guy looking into it, they'll kill her in 24 hours. That's why they want to do that. Because that girl knows about the crime. She's bringing out the crime, and criminals don't like their crime being caught. Yeah, we'll get you a tissue. Call your mama. She's the only one that cares. Everybody else is sick and tired of the crime. So, we can get information, and no one will tell you shit. You have leaks, we don't. Just that simple. We're getting our outcomes and our goals met. You're not. Our goal is you're in jail, and you can't bother anybody again. You can't hurt anybody again. No one's gotten closer to the goal than we have. We have all this. All this here says that we are successful at what we do. We're very good at what we do, and you're not fooling anybody at all. Right? Everything on this right here says that. Who else has this kind of stuff? Anybody else have this kind of stuff? Nope, but we have it. You don't have one name of any of our guys. You don't have one quote from any of our meetings. And look at all the shit we have. Holy crap. We have a shit ton of your... And it wasn't up to you, was it? Was not up to you, was it? See, they'll get me, try to get me to a certain part of town where I got a cop sitting there to pull her over and give her a ticket. Yep, See all this? Nobody's caught this shit before, have they? There's two significant things I have on Mr. Neely's and Chief Miller's murder. One is that I knew Mike Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. He didn't do it, he was drugged. I knew that. Mr. Florida State's Attorney, the guy you have in custody for this murder did not do it. You got the wrong guy. So what that means, sir, is that you're going to allow more victims. More people are going to get hurt because the real offender is still out offending. Well, you got a cop that was trying to stop it, incarcerated, you little fuck. You don't have that right, sir. You fucking don't have that right. So, we got all this? Sure as shit, he was. How did I know that? Nobody asked me. To my surprise, nobody asked me. And then, we find out Mr. Mitchell has been told to lie and fuck his client over, throw him under the bus. And we're like, oh, fuck no. I don't think so. So I get in touch with him. Sir, what you're about to do in court is not plausible. I gotta talk to you. That's his attorney. That's not the Florida State's attorney. That's Mike's attorney. And he did it anyway. We need to get her back to Texas where we can do more to her. We're gonna murder her. Yep. It's not about a date, Mr. Perry, because if you like women, you do what women like. You are a fat turnoff. What attracted me to Fabian is he was working hard. He worked his ass off. Always very professional and very compassionate. He did something that I watched. He did something at work. I'm not saying it publicly. For a girl that was dancing that was having a hell of a time. Very compassionate. He could have done something different than he did. In what he did, though, was very compassionate and very kind. And that won my heart right there. That won my heart. I don't know if Fabian and I will end up together. I don't know if I'll ever even see him again. Maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point is that at that time, he made me hope he was what I wanted. That guy's what I want. And then the girl at Lady Godiva's, he's fighting for you. That's the one you need. That guy right there is exactly what you need. And they shit themselves every time his name comes up. I've never seen a bunch of old fart wealthy guys shit themselves like they do when his name comes up. That's the one you need. Not some guy that'll put you in jail, ruin your life. I don't go out with a man unless he honors me. Defends my honor. Not smears me and slanders me and lies. Yeah, you're a piece of nothing. This was about getting me kicked out of my home. You guys tried for over a year. Retaliation for my testimony for Officer Neely. Now the thing about Gene Mitchell is he did exactly what I said, but how did I know what he was going to say before he said it? Months before. How did I know? Nobody's even asked me. Yep, that's funny as fuck. I was deposed. Not one question about that. How did you know? How did you know? Florida State's attorney guy says, are you a cop? Well, here's the thing. I just said I'm a dancer. You asked me what I do for a living. I said I'm a dancer. But the thing that I was looking for you to ask me, that you needed to ask me if you are not corrupt, is how did you know Mike Neely was drugged before we had deposed first responders? How did you know that? Never asked me that. They asked me a bunch of questions Mr. Perry wanted asked about emails so that Mr. Perry could go into a court of law and perpetrate a fraud upon that court about being harassed when he's caught harassing me. Nobody's bothering me. I mean, nobody's bothering you. You're bothering me in Oklahoma where I live. These events that happen are not in Texas, they're in Oklahoma. The Pinto conversation was in Oklahoma at my work. The Lady Godiva's girl, that's where I work. What are you doing in it? What are you doing in a strip club, sir? Yeah, Jesus. So, these are our results for what we do all day. What are yours? Nobody will call you back. This one, I don't want to pull her over. How many times does that happen? I'm not going to pull her over. I'm trying to take my car. I come out, I take a delivery. Remember, they're using my DoorDash app to throw canned food at me. We're welfare. We throw canned food at women. Oh my, it's just so, yeah, and that's why you're all by yourself. One of many reasons you're all by yourself. You don't know how to treat women, and if you can't treat a woman right, you won't have one, and you don't. You're by yourself. You can't get a call back from my guy until I'm no longer deprived of food and shelter, and you're completely out of my life, and it might be too fucking late. It might be too fucking late before we go to traffic court, too, by the way. So, this, look at that. I got that in jail. They got that to me in jail. It wasn't up to you, was it? It's not just some random name intersecting with the word hope. It's Fabian's name. You're the wannabe butt in here. Always a wannabe, never wanted. Because you make yourself the repulsive. You have made yourself repulsive. We can get information because you are disturbing people with the cruelty, sir. You can't get information because you're disturbing people with the cruelty, sir. It's not rocket science. The rest of us don't have to be told all that, sir. Not even one time. We've said it over and over and over and over and over. When there's an act that's a criminal act, it means people don't like it when you do that. And they made it illegal. You go to jail. Mr. Perry, I didn't ask, he's just typing in my phone. No, you're going to go to jail. Okay. When my guys arrest you, I'm going to come see you. I'm going to go, all this threats that you made to me, I didn't do anything to you. You're coming up, you're not sleeping in your car. You haven't lost anything. When you're in jail, I'm going to come see you and go, you thought it was so cute what you were doing to me, putting me through hell. Is it cute now? Is it cute when I quote you? Is it cute when I name your people I've never even met? I come out last night, there's a handprint on my car. So who, did I interrupt the guy? Did he put a GPS up into the wheel, the wheel well? What, did he do that? Are you raping me, sir? Yep. Get the fuck away from me. You shouldn't know what I drive. He's, you use my DoorDash app to track my whereabouts, to have my guy order, I'll have my buddy order to get her picture on the doorbell camera so I can say I'm not stalking her. I'm going to take a whole bunch of pictures in Oklahoma where I don't live and she lives. And then go into court and say, see all these pictures I got of her, Judge? I'm not stalking her. Hillbilly. Yeah, that's why we have information no one else has gotten ever. We're meeting our goal. We're getting the outcomes we want. You're provoking people with the power to get that to me in jail. And guess how many times I had to say, here's what I want, here's how I see things. One time. Yep, didn't have to say it over and over. So, the word boo is a private joke between one of the cops and I. Boo, it also depicts fear and the sadness that you're causing everybody else. Imposing on everybody else. Bothering everybody else with. You're not wanted, you're not loved, you're told on and told on and told on. And those are your results, and they have been for a decade now. And you act like you have no fucking idea what I just said. You don't know what it means, do you? Yeah, nope, we can tell. You never react like you understood me. It's embarrassing to me. So, you're just a little pathetic bunny in here. You don't matter. You're just temporarily in the way. But the thing is look at these words are all together right there for me. They're not just in the same book or on the same page. They're arranged just like that for me, sir. And it wasn't up to you. I got that when you had me kidnapped and illegally incarcerated the first time. And then you've been threatening to do it again since. And everybody knows it. Who is it you think you're fooling? Huh? I would like to go see those people you think you're fooling. And let's see, first of all, are you really fooling them, or are they telling you what you want to hear so you'll shut up and go away? And if you are really fooling them, I have oceanfront property for sale in Arizona they might want to buy. It's at a good price. I'm selling it low because I need the money. I got a stalker trying to starve me until I lie. And then I'm like, oh, I told you so. I told you. You know how many I told you so's I got? Okay, so we also got all this. Every time you contact me, every time you cause me a loss, every time you cause drama, every time you cause a problem, every day that I'm deprived of food and shelter. Look, we know you're trying to traffic. It's a felony. It comes with a life sentence. We know. You're caught. Hey, yoo-hoo. Can you tie your shoe by yourself? You're already caught, sir. I mean, we're just literally doing that. Because he's all this. When you contact me, I fucking hate it, so we get more. We find out more. When I'm sleeping in my car and you're trying to take that too, we get more, sir. Every day that I'm deprived of food and shelter, we get more. We find out more. Every time you cause a problem or a loss and invade my privacy, we get more. Every day Mike Neely's in jail for doing what you did. He didn't kill anybody. You can't beat someone to death when you're passed out on opioid overdose, dying, and end up with nothing on you. Mitchell went into court and said he fell on him, and with his magic gas caused internal decapitation. His head came off his body from being hit back and forth so hard. Strangulation and blunt force trauma to the head. Found unconscious, but not a bump on Mike's head. Mike was not knocked out. Mike had no injuries, none. So his fucking attorney, so, you know, you should be disbarred. Really. You should fucking be disbarred. Mike cannot beat someone to death with his magic ass while he's asleep. And, you know, when you do a job, your name is on that job. And you just put your name on the biggest, they can't make hell hot enough for y'all. They can't. It's a good thing I'm not God. All these names we have. Because when you contact me, every day I'm without food and shelter. Every day you're trying to do the next shitty thing to me and cause the next profound catastrophic loss. Every day you're trying to take my car. Every day my bills are late. We get more. Now we got Kate's name today. And I don't want to hear from you. I would like you to get the fuck away from me. Get out of my life. You whack job, weirdo, cruel piece of shit. So, everybody's wondering, why does he do the same thing every day that makes a fail? Gets him told on? He's getting a thrill, pissing everybody off. It matters to him even more that it's worth getting caught. He thinks, I'd rather get caught and be able to piss everybody off and get my sick little thrill than not. Yep. So, okay, well, duly noted for the record. This one. Yeah, see this right here, when you do that, take my money, and I'm broke, and you're in my life, butting around and nosing around like a nosy body boar, then we get what you just said in Kate's name. Okay, same thing every day for a decade now. This guy was interesting. He said, you got a guy looking into it. Here's the thing, they want me to find out who these people are, how they're getting information from Perry to her. Here's the thing, they made that fucking almost impossible. Because what they did is they have ruined her writing career. She wanted to write blogs at home by herself, which limits the people she's interacting with. They ruined that. They got her door dashing. She's in and out of restaurants all over town, taking stuff to people's homes, their people. We don't know how information is going from them to her. I can't pinpoint it now. These are geniuses. Yeah. You did that with the strip club. We want her to stop dancing. Charles, one of the guys said, all we heard for 6 years is, if you'll make her stop dancing, then she'll like me. She's around too many other men. Competition I can't keep up with. Yeah. So, they finally get her to quit dancing because they dried up the money. And then all we heard was, we got to get her back out on that pole and on a schedule. We can't get to her. If she hunkers down, we can't have her pulled over and take her car away. David, we heard you say that about 100 times. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I had another interaction with a Tulsa police officer. Okay. I'm not going to say what the interaction was over. There's Tulsa police officers in Walmarts and Quick Trips and everywhere you go. That's what Tulsa police are patrolling Tulsa. So everywhere you go, you're going to see a cop. Okay, so I talked to this one individual. And all I'm going to say was a little more pleasant than some of the other interactions I've had with Tulsa police. It still didn't give me the answer I was looking for. What I'm looking for is, when you're looking at a cop and you're telling the cop, do you know Chief Miller and Mike Neely in that murder situation? I do. I know all about that. Okay. I testified for Mike. I was deposed, and I put my testimony to try to help him get the hell off, out of jail, because he didn't do it. It's on the docket, and the guys that actually did it have been going after me. They're trying to ruin me. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to coerce me to lie. Now, I don't know what the fuck I could lie about. I'm not gonna lie, but even if I wanted to, there's so much out there's not a lie to tell here. So, you know, they're really trying to make me be homeless. They're trying to take everything I have. It's called deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce, grand larceny with intent to coerce, interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce, witness tampering. I mean, there's 100 crimes right here, what they're doing. And my bills being late is causation. And they're doing it intentionally and maliciously. They're trying to cause me a problem, trying to intimidate. And the guy gives me a list of charities. And I said, here's the thing about charities. There are people who are disabled, mentally, physically disabled. They can't work. I can work fine. Crime is impeding my ability to work. I can work. I don't feel comfortable taking food from someone who is disabled. I don't feel comfortable with it. So, what happened to... Okay, so there's other guys involved. They can't compromise their case. We need to deal with this in Tulsa effectively. Let me get my supervisor, and let me get a police report, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to make sure they don't bother you again. If you're a victim of a crime, wouldn't you appreciate that approach? Versus, here's a list of charities. Oh, they made you homeless? Here's a list of homeless places, shelters. Yeah. So, while the interaction was much better than I've had in a while, at least he listened to me, and he acted like he cared, he still didn't get it done. He still did not hit the home run there. He still wasn't Batman. If you can't be Batman, don't do it. Be Batman or don't do it at all. You know, if you're gonna decide you want to do a job, you be better at it than anybody you know. So, okay. There's a reason I was called in for this and not somebody else. They didn't call you, Tulsa police, and go, we got a thing. We're trying to get some sex traffickers. You want to help? Here's the kind of guys we need for this. They didn't call you. They didn't even ask. They called me. We know you can do it, and we know you will do it. And I needed both of that. Because I know here's what the job's going to require. Here's what you're going to have to go through. Here's what you have to do. Can you handle that? Yeah, I can handle it. Okay, let's go. Let's slay that dragon. Let's go tell the victims you're safe now. And we got all this. And you don't have that. Can't quote one meeting. Can't name one guy. Been 10 years every day. Same thing. Same old, same old, same old. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Mr. Perry loves the repeat. It's like Groundhog Day with that guy. So, and he has not one real date. No chance of a real date. He sits around watching TV and pretends. Just like John Hinckley Jr. Pathetic. Nobody's holding his hand. He's all by himself with his blow-up doll. If you wanted women, you would do what women like, Mr. Perry. Women do not like being peeped on or hacked. You can't cross boundaries, and you fucking can't take the food. Welfare. So, if you liked women, you would do what women like. You do absolutely every turn-off thing in the book. You like deviant men. And so, when you say you like women and you want to date, shut up with that. Nobody believes that anymore. You're not buying the toothbrush and toothpaste. Just shut up. Nobody fucking believes that bullshit anymore. You know, we aren't stupid. Okay? You might be, we're not. We're getting this done. Yeah. Nobody asks you. It's never up to you when we get this, is it? We got Kate's name today. Is that up to you? Oh, fuck no. It's never up to you. We control the flow of information. Always have. Always will. When they said, you're to give back what you took, fix what you broke, and get the fuck out of my life or he'll do it for you. In response to your you can have a really nice house if you'll go suck on my buddy's dicks. That's what trafficking is. Or eat out of a dumpster. Right? When I say he'll do it for you, the same way he gets all this and it's not up to you, he'll do that too. He'll control that then too. That's your choice. You choose. You can live with your choices, right? You're not getting a date with me. If you get anywhere near me, I will kick your balls up into your brain. You will be more mental veggie than you are right now. Because I'm not going to wait to see if you have a syringe or a chloroform rag or opioids or something you're going to shove in my mouth. You're not going to get anywhere near me. You're going to get the fuck beat out of you. You stay away from me, whack job. Stay the fuck away from me. Why would you think that Chief Hall's granddaughter is going to go out with a cop killer? I'm the one that caught that. You're punishing me for that. You're retaliating. That's also a crime. Why would you think I would go out with somebody like you? Golly, I don't go out with the man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. And Perry goes around going, I'm gonna starve her till she lies. I'm gonna starve. Why doesn't she like me? Why doesn't she like me? I'm gonna starve her till she lies. You want the lie. And fuck you for your bullshit. Nobody believes you. You don't want a date. It's not even about that for you. It's about trafficking me and nothing more. Always was, always will be. So you shut up about this. Oh, why doesn't she like me? I want to date with her. No, you don't. And you sound pathetic. And that's enough. That's enough. So, when you offer me the byline money and our response is, you're going to give back what you took, you're going to fix what you broke, and you're going to get the fuck out. Or he'll do it for you. Through the normal legal process. And then he controls that too. I've not changed it, I'm not going to change it. That's my answer. Every day. Because we can get shit like this, and it isn't up to you. We control that, not you. Always have. You don't have one name, you can't quote one meeting. I got all these people's names. I'm quoting judges. Judge Kirkendall, I need you guys. It looks to me like the email that she has from way back when, he's going to send me home, harass the hell out of me. Then when he's caught and I complain about it, he's going to say he's being harassed. He's going to lie. Oh, big surprise. Charles lied again. She said it looks like that's what's happening. So what I need you to do is leave her the fuck alone. She doesn't say fuck, I'm paraphrasing. For a couple of weeks so I can rule out entrapment and provocation. And you didn't understand the words she said. So we get Calvin, bald fat Calvin's name, when you sat down and go, well, we can't get her kicked out from taking her money and for non-payments because of the COVID moratorium. We'll have to do it on smoking. I just showed it. Wasn't up to you that we got all that, was it? We control that, not you. We don't have leaks, you do. You make people very uncomfortable, very creeped out, and very angry, and very disturbed. So you get the results you get, and we get the results we get. Is that what you wanted? Are you getting what you wanted doing what you're doing? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to us. So the guy's like, so these geniuses get her doing DoorDash. So now she's interacting with all kinds of people all fucking day. And I can't pinpoint shit. Yeah, kind of like the, see how they let her do her writing. I could, it'd be more limited and I could be able to maybe pinpoint something. And kind of like the dancing. We needed her back on that pole and on a schedule. Well, you shouldn't have run her money off, taking her clothes, and made it where she didn't have the money to tan. Make herself look good. So, I mean, you guys are, it's so easy, it's not fair. Criminals are stupider, they wouldn't be criminals. So, basically, that's what the guy said, and he thought that was hysterical. He said they made two big mistakes. I'm trying to find the whole... But I guess you wanted him to solve a problem and he couldn't do it. Oops. He couldn't do it, could he? Nope. So, there's that. Here it is. She wanted a career writing. They blew that up for her. Ruined it. They got her door dashing where she's interacting with a bunch of people. So I can't pinpoint how information goes anywhere if it's even like that. If it's even done that way. Yep, geniuses. And the other thing he said is as long as he's a threat to her safety and well-being, and he causes her a problem, it pisses these guys helping her off, and it provokes them, and they'd start digging. And this guy is so slow, he can't figure out that cause and effect, which I've been saying the same thing. She said she's good at what she does. I'm quoting him. I'm quoting this guy. You guys. Well, she is. 9 years and you have no fucking idea who's helping her. So yeah, she is very good at what she does. She's stinging out two people, and they had neither one of them had any idea that's what she was doing. I'm quoting your guy. And these weren't dodos. One was a cop, and one was a DA, a prosecutor from the state of Florida. So yeah, I'd say she is. I don't think she's saying it. I think she's showing you. We say it, then we show you. You fuck with me, we're gonna get more, and we're gonna get enough. We're getting so much that we can get an easy conviction and a whole lot of restitution for all victims. Mike and I are at the top of that list. So, I'm repeating myself again today, Mr. Perry. I don't like you. No one does. Nobody wants you here. You were never invited here. All you've done is come up and terrorize people that haven't done a fucking thing to you. And blow lives up and ruin. And if you liked women and you wanted to date, then you would do what women like. And you would do things that would attract a woman to you, and you don't. You attract deviant men, and you repulse women. You're a fat, lazy turnoff. I like men who are very busy working. I already know what I did all day. And so our shrink said she has flat told him what she likes in men and doesn't like in men. He won't do anything she likes. He does everything she hates. So it is not about a date. If he liked her and he wanted to date, he would do things that women like to get the date. He's not doing any of that. All he does is ruin everything she enjoys doing. Blow up everything she likes. She dare not say something, I like this or I like that, because he'll ruin it as soon as she says it. She can tell us in ways that we can communicate that he can't get to. We have to keep some of her life where he can't bother it. So we make sure that there's places that she can go and places that she can talk to us and ways that she can talk to us that he can't know a fucking thing about. And he's not ruining this relationship. In fact, the harder he goes at her, the more upset we all get for her. And it's binding us together tighter. Much tighter. This one he's not butting into. And it's the only relationship she has left that he can't do that. He's ruined her family relationships, and he did it on purpose. And he did it to hurt her. So, there's been a lot of betrayal. A whole lot of betrayal. And you're betraying your wife, Jackie, and your kids too. So, my family and I'll work past that. But, because I know you like to threaten and bribe. So it's not completely their fault. It's not completely their fault, is it? But what about to Jackie, Jordan, and Matthew? You have embarrassed them, and I'm not sure they know about it yet. If we're going to go to a criminal trial, Mr. Perry, which is why we're doing all this, for your criminal trial, sir, they're gonna know. You're going to have to tell them. You're going to have to tell them what you've done. So everybody's starting to dig into how often is Perry in Oklahoma and who's paying for that? How much money are the Texas taxpayers paying for that? And I've also included in that Oklahoma. Because that's not your right to use tax dollars to perpetrate a crime or a fraud. And you don't have the right to rape me. You don't have the right to contact me at all. I'm not in love with you. You make my skin crawl, and you know that. The more you do it anyway, the more you get caught. And you continue to do it anyways. And then what? Who's telling on me? How come she doesn't like me? Well, you blew her life up. You took everything she loves. You ruined her life. Well, why does she like that? Where everybody's like, oh my God, wow. Oh my God, wow. So, you have, until your arrest, give it back, get the fuck out, and don't bother me again. The longer I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the more problems you cause for me, the more we get. We got Kate today, because you're causing more problems. Okay? It's something every day. And you guys have a conversation. She's not going to make any money until she tells us who these guys are. Ultimately, you're going to talk to those guys. So you sure want to piss them off? Again today? Yeah, you live with your choices.